From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy.
And got his man complete. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Burrow looking to pass. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete. Trying to get it to Clay that time, and it's 2nd down. You talk about this Miami defense, and they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Pacheco gets it and tries the left side. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now it's Burrow. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. The Bengals bring out their punter now. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a first or a second seed come playoff time.
And he'll be stopped right there at the 31. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. They'll look to throw here. Eluding the pressure right. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. The Dolphins at 7-1 now on the year. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
A run straight ahead with Achane. And fights through one man. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
They'll look to throw now on first down. That one complete to Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll drop to throw. That throw right side here going to be incomplete. You talk about this Bengals defense. They put together a strong effort last week in the win over the Bears, CD.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's about what you consider the break-even mark. If you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course. A pretty nice effort.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Back to throw. And going deep for Hill. And this throw will be intercepted. And the Bengals are going to get the football here at their own 23. Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Here we go. 11 MT tape. 11 MT tape.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Here's Burrow. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
Done. Stop. 11 mighty. 11 not 12. 12. Stop.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins.
Here we go.
From the 43, here's 2nd down and 8. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First catch on that one for Kelce, and it's a first down. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, it turned into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Play action. It's Burrow. Throw out wide is incomplete.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
11, 11, 11, 11. 11, 11, 11. 12, 12, 12. 11, 11. Stop.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
And, partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
On one, ready? Here we go, here we go. Stop.
And they come with a jet sweep here as Burrow just taps that forward. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
11 mighty, 11 mighty, 11, 11, 11. Stop.
Now Burrow. Caught. Kelsey, left side. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Dolphins 7, Bengals nothing.
On 2, ready?
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
12. Stop.
Burrow will throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
11 MT, 11 MT. Stop.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. To the right side, it's Kelsey. Call it a gain of a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
From the 21, here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw here. Over the middle, complete. It's Warren. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They'll set up to throw. This is caught. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. From 10 yards out. And the Dolphins have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Now it's Burrow. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Clay. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13.
11 mighty.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. 1st down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That'll give him 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Short throw to Smith. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yard.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. Well, Charles, not only did they fumble the football, but they're starting to fumble away their chances here a little bit. We've got a 3-score ball game now here in the first half.
And the last thing you want to do, partner, is help the other team with what are avoidable turnovers. You want to hang on to the football because you're already playing against a good team. You're just making it easier for them by giving them extra opportunities.
Extra points safely through, and that makes the score 21-0. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And with a well-placed kickoff, that's what these new rules can do for you as he'll be backed up to start this drive.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
Now Burrow down around his goal line. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Give him 17 at a Cincinnati first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
Here we go.
Burrow looking to pass. This pass complete to Higgins. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
Gun. Got. 11. Got.
From midfield now, Burrow. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
11.
And Burrow going to throw again. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase. As the first half is winding down. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with a 21-7 lead already in their hip pocket, probably not a time to get too creative or inventive here. We'll see. They complete it to Hill. Finding room at midfield. Down the sideline he goes. Inside the 10. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Bengals with work to do in this third quarter, but they'll get the football first as we are back underway. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here's 2nd and 10. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Let's go. 11 mighty. 11 mighty.
A gain of 19 yards. First down.
12, 12, 12. 12, 12, 12.
Now it's Burrow. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
11 MT, 11 MT.
To the air again, Burrow. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception. And we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Bengals will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about the...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Isaiah Pacheco, 55 yards. And the Bengals are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot, up 2 scores here in the third quarter. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 68 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Jermaine Pratt fighting in and dropping him for the loss. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop them well short of the marker.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds.
Done.
A handoff now for Pacheco. And a scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And they go play action now. Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 43.
Here we go.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun. Down inside the 40.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front, the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
11.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Burrow will throw. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Well, they have that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. That is caught. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there.
Here we go.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
11.
On the handoff, it's Pacheco. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8.
11.
Off the play fake, here's Burrow. They'll roll him out right. Toward the pylon, caught. And the Bengals are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Left side here, caught by Clay. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Only a yard of the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came.
Touchdown, Bengals. Isaiah Pacheco with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a 1-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important third down.
This offense so far on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They're going to look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Up the middle, Achane.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown.
Devon Achane. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Dolphins sure look like they're going to be moving to 8-1 as they add on to their lead.
And that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that can win the game for us.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
11 mighty, 12.
Now it's Burrow.
Looking deep here for Chase.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Dolphins are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
127 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. It's his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down.
And Madison hit, and the ball pops free.
And the Bengals grab it. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th.
11.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Looking deep here for Chase.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Across midfield.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
Check Bobcat.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submit.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. Scoring on the keeper from 6 yards out.
And the Dolphins have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
And it's no good. No, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receiver...
He's got a man complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That one goes for 36 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
11 MT tape. 11 MT tape.
Throwing again, it's Burrow.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
So they get the conversion on 4th, and now from the 25, they operate with a 1st and 10.
He's got a man complete. It's Clay. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Burrow looking to pass. And it's caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
Here we go.
Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep.
Only gets a yard, but it's enough to set him up 1st and goal. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. And that play's not going to get him in as he stopped right at about the line of scrimmage. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
This likely a must-have. 3rd and goal.
Here we go. 11, 11. 11, 11, 11. Shot.
He'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Gun. Shot. Shot.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. So they go for it on 4th and goal, hoping to get 6, and it's 6 the other way.
If hindsight is 20/20, they would have gone ahead and kicked the field goal, but by being aggressive, it actually cost them. Gave up 6 points going the other way.
Point after, right down the middle. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
I'm fine, ready? Here we go, 11 MT, 11 MT.
A final shot now for Burrow. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
And as this